Where is it? Tell me. Who talked about crucifying?
Isaiah.
Somebody said chaos?
I did.
Yeah.
About being the curse.
Remember in the book of Deuteronomy, it says that anybody die on a tree become a curse. If they stone Jesus to death, he will become a hero in the eyes of his followers. But his followers are Jews. They do believe in the Word of God in the Torah, and it is written there, so there is no way to change it. So he must be die on a cross. So even his followers will have a big problem to believe in him anymore. 3 reasons. If you have 3 witnesses for any of those 3 reasons, it's enough to put someone to death. Remember, Jews, they can't kill someone if they got kind of independent way of religious running their life, if they are away from politics. So they don't need any permission from Rome to kill anybody if the problem is a religious problem. Remember what happened when they brought Paul, after they captured Paul, to Felix, the governor. He told Agrippas, King of the Jews, Agrippas the first, he asked him, he said, you come with me, those people talking about religious problems. I could not understand. 3 witnesses, if they witness against a person, they can prove one of 3 reasons. They would take him outside the walls of the city, Jewish city, and stone him to death. Teaching against God, teaching against the temple, teaching against Shabbat, 7th day. Now remember what happened when they were questioning the Lord in front of Caiaphas. Somebody said, I have heard him saying, you put the temple down and I will rebuild it in 3 days. 10,000 workers for 20 years to build the temple. And you want to do it in 3 days? By the way, the temple was finished in the year 64, destroyed in 70. Somebody said, I've heard him saying, I'm the Son of God. Many times they complain that he is performing miracles in Shabbat. The problem was no enough witnesses. So, according to the Jewish law, the Lord is very clean. Then why he's supposed to be crucified? First of all, they decided to put him to death so he might be the Messiah and lead the people in a big revolt against Rome, and the high priest would lose his possession, the leaders will be kicked. So why do we need to do this? We're corrupted, we can make lots of money, we don't need any revolt. So they decided to switch the problem to be a political problem. The Lord was crucified, my dear friends, and under a political guilt. What was his guilt? What was his guilt? Come on, what did they write on the top of the cross? King of the Jews. No king but Caesar. Penalty is death. No mercy. And the way is the cross because it is a Roman punishment. Romans then, they put someone to death for one of 3 reasons. First, if you tell people to revolt, if you tell people not to pay tax, or if you say you're a king. No king but Caesar. Now when they come here, when they brought the Lord Jesus to Pontius Pilate, they did not say, question him. They said what? Crucify him. It's like, you have no choice. Crucify him. We witness against him. Crucify him. We have no king but Caesar. Remember, we have no king but Caesar. Yes, do I need to kill your king? No king, we have no king but Caesar. He wept the Lord for 39 times to show mercy, usually one less, so it is 40 less one. People not satisfied. He released Barabbas. And Barabbas was one of the zealots. And still people not satisfied. You should kill him. Just to know, Barabbas' name is what?
Jesus, Barabbas.
Jesus. His name is Yeshua. Has made the Muslims to mix between Jesus Christ, or Yeshua HaMashiach, and Yeshua Barabbas. So they got the same name. And the Muslims believe that Barabbas is the one who was crucified. So, this is the place where was a huge fortress built attached to the wall of the temple. 4 towers. The 4th tower was higher than the temple. Probably that was the tower soldiers looking and they saw people beating Paul. Soldiers here over watching the temple because the time is past over and this is the time that all the Jews come and they might set a revolt against Rome. And this is the time that Messiah might appear in the temple and lead the people. So Pontius Pilate will come from Caesarea. Remember first sight when you come to Israel? From there to live here. And here the people bringing Jesus and saying, crucify him. He is teasing the Jews since he did not like the Jews and Jews did not like him. Till they said something very dangerous. They said, if you don't kill him, we will go to Rome. They will complain against you. And you know what? Things could happen to you if we go to Rome. Because they did go to Rome 2 times before Jesus' case. And Rome would call Pontius Pilate and say, do whatever the Jews do because we don't want them to revolt. You know, you will be the one to be punished. When the Samaritans later on revolt against Rome, Pontius Pilate was the first to be punished. You could not deal, you could not hold the people, you could not rule very well. They gave him a sword and he killed himself. So he knows very well that if they go to Rome, they might put him in the corner. You take him, you crucify him. So this church we call station number 1, the flagellation, renovated by Antonio Carluzzi. Remember, like yesterday in the Shepherd's Fields Church, he built that one. Beatitudes Church, he built it. This one he renovated that, very beautiful one. You can have a look inside. We will gather in a replica right there to tell you about the size, the city of Jesus, and station number 2. So flagellation station number 1, and we'll do number 2, which is still in the same fortress, in the same place.